Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's had a good week. It's, of course, Friday evening now. And, yeah, I just figured I would get a stream out of the way. Um, One of my patrons asked me to do an RTS stream, and I've been meaning to do kind of a redemption stream because I kind of cock teased everyone, I guess you could say. Because I said I was going to do an HP Lovecraft stream, and I fucked up the event chain. So we didn't wind up getting an actual HP Lovecraft stream, but I've looked it up and I think I got it this time. So we'll start in a couple minutes. I just flipped it on so people would have a chance to show up when hopefully it pops up in their subscription boxes. Something to that effect. So I'm just sharing this on my social media. And yeah. Flaunt Toe says, Argent, hope you're feeling better. Thanks. It's probably in reference to the fact my grandmother passed away last night, which I'm actually not that upset about. I'm actually kind of relieved because she'd been, as I think I've said a couple times in the past, she had dementia and she was blind and she was kind of in a semi-vegetative state. So I'm just kind of happy that she's moved on. I think that is a good thing. Um, I'm just petting Rain. Rain's being a good girl at the moment and letting me hold her. I took her to the vet today. She got her last round of vaccines, and the vet said that she was in excellent health. And uh, I just want to start this off by saying black and white cat lives matter. There are times when I like go outside and I'm worried I'm going to come home to find like that the police have broken down my door and they've shot Rain with a taser. And given that she only weighs about 4 pounds, I'm pretty sure a taser would kill her at this size. So, yeah, black and white cat lives matter. So yeah, we'll cover H.P. Lovecraft in a bit. Um, if anyone wants to support the stream, there should be a link to my Streamlabs. Let me see. I think there's a link to my Streamlabs. Yep, you can donate there. Uh, if you'd like to support me, I've revamped my Patreon. I'm not gonna start plugging it too much yet, though, because we don't even know if Patreon's gonna still be around in a month from now. Because Owen Benjamin won his lawsuit against Patreon, so who knows how much money they're gonna be forced to settle. So they might just declare bankruptcy as a way of getting away with it all. So I mean, I guess somebody had to start suing some of these companies eventually for fucking people over. But yeah. As I've said though, since I'm unemployed at the moment, I need money to buy Rain kibble. If I don't make at least $100 a stream, I'm gonna have to eat her. Oh, she didn't like that and she ran away. Um, let's see here. I kind of want to, because people have been asking me to do like another Arini parody stream. I called it like Argent Guard. And Owen Benjamin's been trying to build his like his methnostate Bertaria. So I was thinking I might do a like fake fundraising stream. I need $6 million to build Argentina. I don't know if anybody's seen that. Becklaw's been covering it, but Owen Benjamin's like, I need $2 million by next week to build Bertaria. So he's building like this place for his his fans or whatever, and it's gonna be like a compound where his cult lives. That dude is really really fucked. Like, I don't know. We'll start in a minute or two, but yeah. So maybe I'll do a stream about that. Beckloff covered. Arini had done a stream, Everything is Marketing, and the whole stream was about narcissists and how narcissists adopt like personas and things that aren't authentic in order to appeal to people and in order to get like money out of them and stuff. Basically, it was the single biggest projection stream I've ever seen. So that's up on the other channel, Davis Arini, the Sigma Supreme. Someone was asking me like, why am I obsessed with Irini, or like why are he and Phil living in my head rent free? I mean, I just like laughing at retards on the internet. Like, it's not like either of these it's not like DSP really makes me upset. It's not like Irini makes me upset. If they're gonna keep like just putting themselves up on the internet publicly acting like retards, then I'm gonna make fun of them. I mean, I don't really get why that's such a strange concept. Also, I kind of object if people call me an A-log. I don't get how reposting someone's content with snarky titles makes you an A-log. I think like I'd have to be telling people to like go try to get him kicked off of Twitch or like troll his streams or something. I don't know. It is what it is. So I think we've got just about enough people to start. Oh, Will DeMarco says, I just finished You Season 2. It was a great watch. Yeah, Season 2 was, I thought, better than Season 1. I like both of them, though. I thought Candace was, like, way hotter than either girl he was interested in. I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen in Season 3 of You. Okay. So, we're going to be playing as H.P. Lovecraft America, and we're going to be starting out as the... what is it at the moment? Just New England. So, I just set this up ahead of time. So, as kind of the setup, I played as the United States and just built some stuff in New England. Yeah, I built some stuff in New England. I got the Civil War going. And as Canada, I released New England while ensuring loyalty. Or as I think it says at one point, indirect rule from Ottawa. So let's see. We're going to start out with God Save the King. The people of New England are ungrateful. They took our peaceful intervention as an invasion and tried to rebel against us. Excuse me. They cannot be reasoned with. They must be placed under direct Canadian rule until they are ready to act civil once more. This may not be popular with the people, but we do not need their approval. God save the Queen, the King, and God help the people of New England. God save the King. Okay, while New England still labors under Canadian control, the New Englander military has asserted enough control over its own borders that a semblance of greater autonomy is now possible. Okay. The new Governor General. Canada has ordered the appointment of a Governor General to oversee New England. Many within New England had hoped that New England would become a full republic once independence was granted, although these hopes appear to have been dashed. For now, we still embrace democracy and are marginally independent from Canada. However, this is a worrying sign for things to come. Perhaps Canada could impose its complete will on us. The position of Governor General has been handed to Prince Albert, second in line for the throne, and brother of current King Edward VIII. He will guide New England yet have no power, just like as in Australia or India. However, more elite members of society want to do away with this and instead install Albert as King of New England. Okay. Let's see here. Thanks to our allies in Canada, we have set up a provisional government in Boston as we prepare to liberate the rest of our country. Unfortunately, not many people, both in and out of the States and New England, believe that we are the true and legitimate America. We must rectify this problem. Don't tread on me. Yes, I did see Serp's H.P. Lovecraft video. Albert of Windsor. So I think I'm going to go with motorized divisions, which I don't know if that really makes sense, but yeah. I don't think there's any way to play as Israel in Kaiserreich. Okay, weeks ago, Prince Albert of Windsor was sworn in as Governor General by Canadian lead court. A majority, noble, and autocratic board of advisors runs New England from the shadows. Well, Albert feels free to disregard the will of the Hartford Convention. Today, though, a stunning turn of events was witnessed when Governor General Albert of Windsor was officially crowned the King of New England. Nobles and Canadians rejoice as the citizens scorn. King Albert of Windsor has officially regarded the Republic as dead and has become a new absolute monarch. Okay. So. Oh, turn off day-night flow? Okay, I'll do that. Let's see. Where's day-night? What's day-night flow under? I don't see where day-night flow is. Is it somewhere else? Okay. All right. So it looks like... I'm just looking. Looks like I don't have any natural resources, so I don't have aluminum, rubber, or tungsten to make my mechanized army, so I'm just going to use the resource mod, so I won't be able to build stuff for a while, but that's okay. Okay, aluminum, steel, rubber, and tungsten. Is it just me or is your mouse in the wrong place? Let's see here. I don't know what's wrong with my mouse. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Anyways, okay, so let's... Triumph of the Providence Circle. I am Providence and Providence in myself, together indissolubly as one. We stand through the ages, a fixed monument set eternally in the shadow of Durfee's ice-clad peak. It is New England I must have in some form or another. Change in popularity of national populism. They've changed this focus tree a lot from what it was in Dankest Hour. The Boston Massacre. Let's see here. As tensions stir in New England, the most radical of the Anglophiles have been drawn to the side of the loyal coalition headed by H.P. Lovecraft. Lovecraft and his small group of writers have taken to the city of Providence to plot. However, anything coming out of this is unlikely due to Lovecraft's seclusion. The Irish in New England have also begun to take arms, as they believe that the radical Anglophiles will soon drive them out. These tensions that had been simmering below the surface finally erupted today, when protests erupted in Boston today over the coronation of an autocratic king. Most New Englanders have declared Canada and the Windsors illegitimate. People have been in an uproar and the violence has been widespread. The largest of these protests has been in Boston, the nation's capital, as the Irish and the England, I think that's a spelling error, I think it should be, as the Irish and the English take up arms against each other, Canada desperately tries to bring civility to New England to no avail. And in the end, Canada may have to take sides in what is rapidly becoming a civil war. If such a war is to occur within New England, Canada has its eye on the most radical Anglophiles, those who will ensure Canada's rule over New England is secure. I think it's fire all your rounds is what I need to do. How is this mod different from regular Kaiserreich? They put a whole bunch of extra shit in this. So as someone points out, they added in President Walt Disney and President Howard Hughes for the Pacific States of America. There's also the Northern Restoration. If you know what that is, I don't even know. There's Pacific. They can join the co-prosperity sphere. The other one I really want to do is the Transmur gets a Nazbol monarchist tree with like Orthodox integralism and stuff like that. Let me see. What are some of kind of the other things they added in? They added in a new Napoleon tree. Commune of France, they added in a Jacobin Leninist tree and a Sorelian tree. Oh, they also added in an anarchist tree with the anarchist guy from Ukraine. Let me see. They added in the other one I want to do is Ride the Tiger, Italy, where Evola becomes president, becomes leader of south of Sicily. Let's see what else is there. They brought back a lot of the LARP for Mongolia. I don't think they changed anything for Russia. I don't think they changed anything for Germany. They didn't change anything for Japan. They added in the Caucasus. They added in Stalin and Beria as leaders of the Transcaucasian Socialist Republic. Let's see here. Tibet, Republic of China. Just trying to think. There was a couple other like really crazy things they added in. Oh, they added in the new Byzantine Empire focus tree. So you can do that if you want. You can reform the Byzantine Empire. They just added a lot of really LARPy shit in. Like this. I don't think I'm allowed to form militias as New England, unfortunately. No, I never actually. I got like a couple pages into Sorrell's book. I didn't get very far. I'm gonna be honest with you. What? United Kingdom joined the Entente? What's the United Kingdom? Unless I misread that. Okay, I don't know. That was really weird. I guess that was just like an error or something like that. Maybe? Oh. No, the Lawrence coup didn't happen. I don't know. It must be some sort of error. Unless I just like completely misread it. Yeah. Lawrence. Okay, yeah, they did add the Lawrence of Britannia in. The new Cromwell. That's amazing. Oh, I think you can press N. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's how it works. Okay, thank you. That's not the only thing that you can turn off by pressing N. Let's see. Yeah, Howard Hughes can also be the leader of the PSA. Oh, Walt Disney is the president of the PSA. That's awesome. He's head of the National Visionaries Party. That's so cool. Howard Hughes, the house always wins. Which is like construct, it's like make it new Vegas. And then there's like Disney the oh, I should turn off TD bug. Okay. Fine. So yeah, I don't know when I'll wind up entering the war. I'll just see how the event chain goes. King Edward's address. I'm just gonna skip that. I don't think that's that important. K. Triumph of the Providence Circle. Establish Delta Green. Deception is a right, truth is a privilege, innocence is a luxury. Born of the U.S. government's 1928 raid on a degenerate coastal town in Massachusetts, the covert agency known as Delta Green opposes the forces of darkness with honor but without glory. Delta Green agents slip through the system, manipulating the federal bureaucracy while pushing the darkness back for another day, but often at a shattering personal cost. What needs to get done for a start? Books need to be burned, artifacts smashed into powder, and men need to be silenced. Most of all, the future must never be allowed to become the present. Oh, that's awesome. Literally, it's the section of the government that was established after the events of Shadow over Innsmouth. that you can reform. Let's see, Cult of the Past. Let's see, it all burns. Lovecraft's New Order. Let's see, Master of the Seas. Project Dunwich Horror. Project Shadow over Innsmouth. Please keep chat off screen. Okay, so you're saying to just leave it as is? Okay. Okay, I'll leave chat off then. Okay. My only concern is if, I don't know, hopefully the American Civil War will go on for a while. The AUS actually seems to be doing a bit better than they normally do, but yeah. It's kind of too early for me to enter. I don't really have anything. I just don't have enough a big enough army to really make much of an impact at the moment. What is H.P. Lovecraft's America? H.P. Lovecraft becomes the president. Okay, there we go. And we'll get back to producing that stuff. American capitalism. Let's see. I'm just seeing what else. What's Cult of Providence? They establish a cult worshipping H.P. Lovecraft. Let's see here. Yeah, they changed this a lot from the original version. Someone was asking about Rain. Rain's just sleeping next to me in her bed. Okay, let's see here. Did they remove the Expel the Irish decision? Because if they remove the Expel the Irish decision, I'm gonna be angry. Because the Expel the Irish decision is like a great meme. Okay. Deal with the IRA. Long live Lovecraft and long live the wasps. Let the memes flow. This is Kaiserreich, which is Dankest Hour plus a whole bunch of other stuff they added in. So, established Delta Green. Is H.P. Lovecraft head of? No, he isn't. So I don't even know how I can pick that then. Into the world. See. Destroy the cult of the past. The new order has taken hold, yet a few holdouts, patriots, nostalgic for the days of the Republic remain. As for those Republicans, how can one regard seriously a frightened, greedy huddle of tradesmen and lucky idlers who shut their eyes to the history and science? Okay, wow, this is... I'm sorry, it's just really, really long. I'm not going to read that. I feel like I might have fucked this up because I don't see H.P. Lovecraft as my head of state yet. Um, so I really hope I didn't like mess that up, but we'll see, I guess, soon enough. The X Brigade. Okay, here, let's see here. Authorize the creation of the X Brigade. Exist within our world are forces beyond our understanding or reasoning. While some might dismiss them, we accept them and attempt to find out more. A former FBI agent by the name of Mulder, who now serves in Delta Green, has approached Lovecraft to discuss the subject of otherworldly beings contacting New England. With him are the so-called X-Files, which apparently proved that the old federal government was hiding the existence of extraterrestrial life. These revelations, if shown to the public, could shake the world to its core. So keeping the existence of such extraterrestrial life under wraps is something of the utmost importance. After talking with Lovecraft, Mulder has suggested the creation of an X Brigade to deal with the existence of alien life forms. Forming it would be a serious drain of public money spent on something that may not even be real. However, Lovecraft's belief in the beyond might sway him to fund this ambitious new project. Yep, I'm going to form the X Brigade. I might have had focus no checks on. Fuck. Okay, I hope I didn't. Okay, let me just reload this. Sorry. It's really hard to do this as in Kaiser Redux because events just don't fire a lot of the time. So like I was trying to play as AOG and some things in the AOG timeline just won't fire. Like I've tried, I can't get them to fire. So yeah. Okay. So sorry everybody. This is just going to I'm just gonna speed back through to where we were previously and see if I can get this stuff to fire properly. Yeah, because like as AOG, some of the like really important stuff doesn't fire. So you're basically just fucked for the entire game unless you use decision no checks. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I see. I did God Save the King too early. Oh, no. No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so I guess that just hasn't happened yet. So I guess in the meantime, we'll do America's Darkest Hour. Or I guess America's Dankest Hour. The Boston Massacre. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I'm supposed to say they've stormed Parliament? I'll try that. Maybe that's what the event chain is. I kind of wish it would say, pick this to get H.P. Lovecraft in power. Canada supports the federal government. I'm going to have to reload and get them to pick me as the legitimate America. That's the problem with... I mean, I get like why they made it the way they made it, but just the way that they've made Kaiserreich, I find I just have to reload a lot if you're playing as one of the smaller countries. Let's see here. Tag. Just seeing. Canada should get the event. Who's the legitimate government of the United States? Okay. Oh, they can't pick New England as one of the as the legitimate government. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay. So, it's kind of weird that that option doesn't exist. So, let's see here. England's last hope. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what I was supposed to do was go with the uh, Parliament was stormed. I'm sorry that all these are such clusterfucks. These are difficult, okay? New England fell into anarchy. James Curley and his army seized the north as loyalists fled south, and from the loyalists rose an unexpected figure. H.P. Lovecraft rose to the favor of all the pure Anglos in New England and rallied the Providence Circle together with the Loyalists to wage war against the impure traitors to the north. A civil war has erupted. Providence's new crusade against the impure. This comes as a shock not just to the people of New England but the world, as Lovecraft's isolation and paranoia has made it almost impossible for him to achieve any sort of political power. However, something has changed in Lovecraft. Perhaps he knows that he is near death. Perhaps his overwhelming hatred of the Irish Catholics drove him. Whatever the case may be, Lovecraft and his allies in the Loyal Coalition marched for Boston, the center of the Irish scourge. There, Lovecraft and his allies within the Providence Circle are expected to make an address, a prospect that terrifies the timid Lovecraft. As the small group of writers and loyalists quickly assumes control of the nation, Canada sends their full support to the new Providence government, as they can see this is the only hope to secure New England under Canadian and Anglo rule. Only Lovecraft can save us now. Wait, does that say Derelith? Yes, August Derelith! That's amazing! Okay, so August Derelith is Minister of the Interior, National Populist Terror in the Night. R.H. Barlow, I'm not really sure who that is. Frank Belknap Long. That's amazing. That's so funny. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, okay, good. I can do Triumph of the Providence Circle now. Christian resistance. The feeble-minded Christians are convinced beyond reason that their non-existent God will save them. They have been a thorn in our side ever since we took power. They must be dealt with accordingly. These blind fools will resist us no more. Well, I've had to reload several times to get this proper, so we'll see. Oh, wait, Upstate New York joined me? Oh, that's awesome. Okay, that makes things a lot easier. New York City is, of course, part of the CSA. Hopefully the Civil War will go on for a while. I think my population's pretty big, actually. 15 million, so I have like the same population as Canada at the moment, so that's not terrible. Let's see. Not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing exactly. Yeah, I'll solidify control. Silent super events. Okay. Just need to get my civilian industry up and running a bit, and then we can start my ambitious arms production programs. Okay, so let me just redo this. So I mainly want to do tanks, I think. So we need artillery, support equipment, motorized, light tank, and that's probably good. I'll just go with motorized artillery instead of self-propelled artillery. I don't really know what the difference is exactly. I guess one's harder than the other. I'm not sure though. Okay, so infantry equipment. Who knows when I'll actually be able to enter into the war. But I don't really have any manpower, although I have quite a few civilian factories relative to my size. So I should be able to take advantage of that. Let's see here. Ship. Okay, Triumph of the Providence Circle. I've already done this, so focus. Oh no. I'll just do this. Okay, there we go. Alright. I guess I'll just build some convoys in the meantime, so I can't get cut off from the ocean. Let's see what's happening elsewhere in the world. Nothing happening in India. The Entente really amuses me in this timeline, because the Entente are just such, like, losers. It's like a combination of the, like, lamest people they could find. So, like, you have French Algeria, you have Canada, you have Sardinia. Like, who gives a... Like, why would you even let Sardinia into your coalition? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then there's, like, the other members of the Entente or who can join in are, like, losers, too. I guess probably the strongest Entente power might actually be the Raj, because it's the only one that actually has a decent population. I like how Winston Churchill is the head of the Raj in this one. He's the Governor General. Let's see here. But seriously, like, all the Entente power members suck. The only way basically the Entente's goal is to wait till total war breaks out between the Reichspakt and the Third Internationale, and to just abuse the amphibious landing system to show up there. Is, I think, more or less like what they just need to do to go with it. Let me see what's happening in China. Okay, let's see here. Quarter pounder, aka the quartering. Let's see. And all that if I have enough military factories to build some aircraft. Okay, there we go. That's going along pretty quick. Maybe I'll do Cult of Providence next. Let's see here. I'm just seeing what path I should go down. Securing New England. I'll go do secure New England next. Is probably the deal with the IRA. Deal with Curly's IRA. Curly and his allies have plunged New England into anarchy. We cannot let these Irish monsters terrorize our proper English nation. They killed the British Empire once. They cannot be allowed to do it again. It is time to take Curly out and render New England as a pure state once more. Long live Lovecraft and long live the Wasps. Okay. I want the X Brigade. Mulder's gonna help H.P. Lovecraft become the supreme ruler of America. I probably actually might be strong enough to take power in this one, because they did give me a pretty good. I do have a lot of factory slots actually, so I could actually theoretically produce a pretty big um, industrial base. Yeah, they gave me a lot of slots, so yeah, I probably could actually become strong enough to challenge one of the even if the other power manages to take most of America. Hopefully, though, the Civil War will go on for a couple of years, and the other powers will exhaust themselves. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so that's an Irish flag, and they've drawn the Elder sign on it. Road integration with Canada. Um, we shall adopt to the British model. American cars drive on the side of freedom. That's amazing. Uh, I don't know. That's too awesome. American cars drive on the side of freedom. I'm gonna go with that. Project Blue Book results. As Lovecraft dedicates more effort into finding extraterrestrial life, the more results are found. After a sighting, my locals off a highway. Yeah, this needs to be spell checked. The X Brigade and the so-called Men in Black were sent to investigate. Upon arrival, they found a mighty saucer crashed in a nearby valley. The Men in Black quickly dispersed the crowd while the X Brigade secured the surrounding area. But the men soon realized that a cover up was not as easy as expected, and the saucer appeared to be 2 to 3 times larger than originally estimated. The massive craft was first dug out from the ground while almost a brigade of loyal National Guard units swore to secrecy in Providence's elite guard loaded the craft onto a fleet of heavy trucks and drove it to a secluded location under the dead of night. Once they had housed the craft in a vast hangar, Lovecraft and his closest confidants went to Vermont for a visit to the alien craft. The question now on everyone's mind is what to do with the craft. Okay, I'm just going to save this. In case this blows up. Crack it open. Okay. I'm gonna reload. I'm just curious to see if there, like, what the other thing is, like, if it succeeds. If you succeed in playing with the ruthlessly and unethically toying with the laws of nature. I'll try reloading once more. I think because of random seed, it's like predetermined once the event fires. Let me try reloading the from here and seeing what I get. Sorry if I'm having to do a lot of reloading, but that's just kind of the way it is when you're dealing with stuff like this. Because I really want to see what happens if you get the if you're able to open the UFO. Long live the wasps. Okay, I guess I'm just not allowed to see what's inside of it. Okay, American cars drive on the side of freedom. So the spacecraft exploded, unfortunately. We're never going to see what might have been. Someone should add in a mod that lets you, if you're New England, make DSP your chiefs of the Air Force. Let's see here. Lovecraft has always had a powerful belief in spiritualism, and with his iron grip on the government, he has authorized the creation of a special branch within Delta Green, specifically dedicated to the paranormal and the spiritual. With this new branch, we will delve into the vast depths of the unknown. The vast unknown of the afterlife will finally be explored, and the secrets of life and death will finally be revealed. While some in Lovecraft's government may not be happy with this waste of tax money, their opinions do not matter to Lovecraft. His word is law, and nobody dare say otherwise. This game is fucking amazing. Securing New England. New England has been plunged into a civil war, one not seen before in the nation's history. Well, New England is like literally like a month old, so yeah, it wouldn't have seen one before. Somehow, even though New England was formed to escape a civil war has found its way into New England. And even though Curley and his Irish Republicans have been dealt with, many Republican, socialists, and Christian elements in New England still feebly oppose Providence's rule. So I'm a WASC, a white Anglo-Saxon Catholic. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd be kicked out of the H.P. Lovecraft's New England. I mean, I hate the Irish. Is that good enough? Let's see here. I think I don't have access. I never can like figure out how this works. I might not have access to stuff that's outside of. I don't know. Rise of the Majestic 12. The Vermont incident has proven definitively that Lovecraft's fears of an alien threat from beyond the stars were well founded. This discovery has shaken the internal structure of the intelligence community to its core, and a major rift has formed between the X Brigade and their superiors at Delta Green. Delta Green remains fanatics to Lovecraft's ambitions to defend civilization at all costs, to the point of destroying any and all vestiges of the paranormal or extraterrestrial. Yet who can deny the thrilling implications, the scientific discovery, and the military applications if we were to further study and cooperate with these visitors from the stars? To that end, a group of 12 high-ranking officials from all quarters of the government have convened to create Majestic 12, a cabal dedicated to the purpose of investigating and recovering alien spacecraft. The majority of the X Brigade, for their part, part have secretly broken with Delta Green and have become by every meaningful metric an extension of Majestic 12. Okay, securing New England. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Cult of Providence. Looks like it's pretty even at the moment. I don't think any side's definitively winning. Okay, let's see here. So I need small arms. So I'm gonna cheat to get these because I honestly just don't want to wait like a year for me to produce enough small arms and just hold up the game. Let's see here. Where is it? I want infantry equipment. Okay. The Vermont campaign. Vermont is home to Aiken as well as other disgusting socialist resistance. With Curry gone, Vermont is now the epicenter of resistance to Lovecraft's rule. But with the Canadians on the border and loyal legions of Lovecraftian troops, we can engage in a mighty offensive in Vermont that will split the rebel forces in twain. I think Lovecraft was like a flat earth atheist, to be honest. He was really, really anti-Christian. I think because he thought it was weakness. Honestly, it looks like all three sides are pretty evenly matched at this point in time. Let's see here. What's happening in South America? Well, at the end of the day, Will, it's a game. Like, you're playing it to have fun. I'm not having fun if I have to wait a year to build some fucking small arms to arbitrarily fire an event. Let's see here. Quarter pounder. Go with construction. I don't think Lovecraft actually believed in the occult at all. I thought he thought it was. Keep in mind, most of like Lovecraft stuff was sorry, I'm just losing my train of thought there for a minute. Was like kind of stealth for like his far right political ideas. I'm just gonna skip that. That doesn't look that interesting. I mean, like, race mixing is a really big issue. Obviously, civilization and savagery, the decay of society, decadence, sexual degeneracy. Like, these things are all very prevalent in Lovecraft's work. Okay, secure New Hampshire. Let's see here. Couldn't they have given him, like, a better name for his, like, army than the Loyal Coalition? The Loyal Coalition's, like, such a lame name for it. Couldn't we call them, like, the Bad Optics Brigade or something? That's the name I like to give to, like, far-right white militias. Broke anti-racism, woke white nationalism, ascended Anglo-supremacism. Okay, let's see here. Destroy the cult of the past. The Shadow over Innsmouth. I'm sorry. This is too long for me to read. If you're interested in this, uh, go and I don't know, read The Shadow over Innsmouth. I don't want to read a plot summary of it. I'm sorry. It's not easy reading this much text. Why am I so tired? I guess 'cause I only got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. It wasn't your fault for once, girl. You actually were quiet last night. Well, I'm half English, half German, so I'm literally Anglo-Saxon. Oh, I didn't realize I was building those. Okay, here's another thing I do. I fucking hate all these stupid templates they give you. It's just like a bunch of clutter. It just clutter, like it's really annoying. Like, what is all this nonsense? Okay, let's see here. How many of you would give me like $200,000 to help make my dream of Argentina a reality? Oh, okay. I can delete those? Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna delete those and build normal infantry. I don't know. I just don't like using militia for some reason. I feel like I'd rather just wait a little while longer to train some like actual troops that can fight, as opposed to the militia, which I kind of view as being basically useless. See it all burn. If religions were true, its followers would not be try to bludgeon their young into an artificial conformity, but would merely insist on their unbending quest for truth, irrespective of artificial backgrounds or practical consequences. Many falsely equate our movement to revive the Anglo spirit of America to the religious fundamentalist or occult mystics that have taken root in the darkest corners of our nation. Their beliefs will ultimately betray our movement, and we must work diligently to utterly shatter any resemblance of religious authority within our ranks and prevent those misguided simpletons from gaining too much power within our ranks. Okay, wow. The people who did this need to like spell check this, because I actually find this a little legitimately difficult to read, to be honest. Uh, let's see here. Should I research Matilda? Okay, secure main. Yeah, it looks like the Civil War is basically a stalemate at this point in time, which is good for me. Secure main. In search of the truth, the hopeful zealot goes. But all the sadder turns the more he knows. The current religious and mystical order in the Americas reveals not life lessons and guidance, but miserable platitudes that ultimately leave the soul unsatisfied. The Judeo Christian God, as we know it, offers us no answers. Providence, anointed by the one true God, has seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded, without knowledge, luster, or name. By studying his mythos and anthropomorphizing his characters into a form of occult study, we can perhaps clean a small sliver of his endless dark wisdom. Okay. The old gods are dead, long live the new gods, long live the ancient ones and all of those who succeeded them. Let's see here. I can't tell in this, like, how much of this stuff is real, how much of it is, like, memes. I don't know. Like, how much, like, is the supernatural stuff real in this? Does Lovecraft think it's real? Is he a fedora? I guess that's kind of just the whole point. Remove spirit Christian resistance. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, that's going to give me a lot of bonuses. So let's see here. I'm going to research industry. Tilda. The new gods. I'm just not sure which direction I should go. I'm just going to finish this path, I think, first. With the New England are many who see Lovecraft's works not as the word of a writer, but as the word of God himself, and they hold his work in higher regard than the Quran, the Talmud, or the Bible. And this particular subset of society has taken to forming cults around Providence and his works, as they believe that the gods are speaking through Lovecraft and communicate through his infinite wisdom. Even though Providence knows that he crafts works of fiction and that these cults are composed of insane lunatics, he can not deny their devotion to him. Ensuring their loyalty is of the utmost importance, and once they are integrated into our nation, they can adequately fit in Lovecraft's new order. Okay, secure upstate New York. Rise of Cosmicism. Bunch together a group of people deliberately chosen for strong religious feelings, and you have a practical guarantee of dark morbidities expressed in crime, perversion, and insanity. While we have shattered the old vestiges of religion and the occult within New England, we have created a dark cultural vacuum that has given birth to a new religion. Where once stood the old Masonic halls and church circles, now followers of Providence have established their own groups that aim to study and codify Cosmicism, Lovecraft's principal philosophy. Rather than the naive platitudes of the old order, Cosmicism states that there is no recognizable divine presence, such as a god in the universe, and that humans are particularly insignificant in the larger schemes of intergalactic existence. There is no higher purpose nor grand notions of what we can conventionally call good or evil. There is only the infinite futility of existence, a fragile and delicate flash in the pan of a dark and uncaring universe barely registered by the cosmic gods that dwell beyond our perception and shape our reality through hypergeometry. To a student of Cosmicism, these beings are not simply fantasy, but a statistical inevitability given the infinite and terrifying scale of the universe. I don't know, like, what's even the point of, like, believing in that? I don't really, like, get what even the purpose would be at that point. Let's see here. Some groups have taken to forming cults to honor these higher forces and carry out their will on Earth in hopes of granting humanity a greater status in the eyes of these outer gods. Others, however, have learned to rage against this miserable reality. If there is no loving God defending humanity from the alien horrors beyond space and time, then there is at least one man that stands against the forces of chaos on Earth and gives humanity meaning. Providence, the Godhead, shall stand as a symbol against the forces that threaten civilization and humanity. With more and more practitioners joining each side with the passing day, it is unclear which group will come to dominate the cosmist schism. What the fuck is this? Okay, so do we want to declare H.P. Lovecraft God, or do we want to worship Cthulhu? I'm going to go with Cthulhu, I think, for now. That focus tree did give me 100% stability, though, which is nice. So I guess we worship Cthulhu now. I guess is like what wound up happening. Absorb the cults. Warrior Society. Okay, this looks like some good LARP. In order to defend the movement from the world beyond our serene grace, it is our utmost duty to stand guard, ever vigilant, side by side with our Canadian allies. Every citizen in military age must make it their sworn duty to prepare themselves for the final struggle against the darkness and the barbarities of syndicalism and foreign threats alike. Buried now are the hatreds of subject and king, and strife that once sundered an empire hath vanished. With the fame of the Anglo-Saxons, the heavens shall ring, as the vultures of darkness are baffled and banished, and the broad British sea of her enemies free shall in tribute bow gladly. Columbia to thee, for the friends of the right, in the field side by side, from a fabric of freedom no hand can divide. Who LARPs like this? Like, well, I mean, but that's always kind of in the entire part of Kaiserreich, was just like the LARPiest shit possible. Okay, good. I'm almost ready to start military factory production. The Esoteric Order of Dagon. Modeled after the mystical society of the same name founded by Captain Obed Marsh in Providence's prophetic tome Shadow over Innsmouth, the Esoteric Order of Dagon seeks to better understand esoteric cosmetist principles through the lens of occult societies present in Lovecraft's work. While Providence has set the coming age in motion, he is not the be-all and end all of this world. By employing chaos magic to evoke the power of Lovecraft's creations, we can tap into the collective zeitgeist of war-torn New England to bring his imagined outer gods into this world. Knowingly or unknowingly, the written works and political actions of Providence have already stoked the fears and anxieties of the people of New England. William Reich, the group's enigmatic leader, believes this terror can be distilled into a powerful spiritual essence known as Orgon's energy capable of reshaping reality. While other magicians such as Aleister Crowley have routinely failed to bring about the age of Aquarius through their debased sexual ritual, Reich believes that he can succeed by employing the terror invoked in Providence's work to bring the collective societal thought form of Lovecraft's outer gods into our reality. Only time will tell if Reich's Order of Dagon can succeed, or if they will prove to just be another deranged doomsday cult. This is Royal Visit to New England. Order restored in New England. Okay. The Secret War. The eldritch forces that Providence have fought to keep at bay have wormed themselves deeply into the foundation of our movement. The fanatics at Delta Green that would purge all they perceive as unnatural with impunity. The misguided technocrats in Majestic 12 hope to control these forces in secret to instate a new world order. The cultists in the esoteric Order of Dagon would let these forces run roughshod over New England and use their occult studies to bring yet more horrors into the world. Providence, growing increasingly aloof and out of touch with the status of his own officials, has failed to notice this looming threat, as large swaths of his government has sworn allegiance to one of the three factions battling for the soul of New England. Where each organization once worked behind the scenes to undermine the other, tensions have now broken out into open acts of violence against each other, with agents on all sides quickly targeting their rivals, attempting to purge them from various institutions across the country. Sooner or later, however, a clear victory will emerge as the true power behind Providence. I'm just gonna save because I don't even fucking know. Let's see here. Who do you guys think I should side with? I'm leaning towards Majestic 12. I think I'm gonna go with Majestic 12. I don't know if it'll actually do anything, but Paranormal Combat Squads. As New England is further gripped by the paranormal enemy, more and more drastic measures must be taken to ensure the safety of our nation. One such actions have been the creation of so-called paranormal combat squads. By the brass of the Delta Green. These paranormal combat squads are large brigades of scientists and exorcists who are equipped in dealing with ghosts, poltergeists, and other spirits. These combat squads, nicknamed the Ghostbusters, can deal with wide-scale paranormal activity and deal with it quickly while keeping the public calm and in blissful denial. So far, they have not seen much action. However, the higher-ups in Delta Green hope to use them more often, as the explicit purpose of the organization is to fight the unknown supernatural forces plotting against us all. Construction 2. That. There's so much reading. My voice is actually getting tired from how much I'm having to read to do this. Okay, so I'm almost ready to start building some other stuff. Okay, Lovecraft's New Order. To all who doubted Providence, now is your day of reckoning. Despite the utter insanity of the mere idea of Lovecraft running a nation, Providence has managed to pull off what many previously thought was unthinkable. New England has been transformed in his image. His works are read by all in the nation, his words ringing through every quarter of the nation, and his ideas ingrained in the fabric of New England himself. However, as of now, Lovecraft is not but a puppet for the Anglophiles that run our nation. The loyal coalition was born out of fear and hatred of the unknown, and indeed resonated with Lovecraft's and New England's vast majority. However, it is time to do away with them. It is time for Lovecraft's order to be secured without a doubt. And now that Providence is finally comfortable with being a leader, he can take action away that his puppeteers never thought possible. I wonder if I should just abandon the idea of forming armored divisions and just go with more infantry. I don't know. I probably have enough civilian factories. I really need to start building military ones. It's weird that military ones cost half as much as civilian factories. Into the shadows? For long, Lovecraft has had to share his power and be propped up by the most extreme Anglophiles in New England. However, the days where Lovecraft is a puppet of elites is over. The Loyal Coalition, an organization that Lovecraft used to belong to, has wielded the majority of power in New England and have ruled alongside Lovecraft ever since the Providence Circle took power. Like Lovecraft, their popularity came from their hatred of outsiders, mostly Irish Catholics. But instead of the Loyal Coalition being propped up by proud, pure wasps, they were propped up by the Astors and Vanderbilts, elites that will stop at nothing for a quick buck. And that included stepping on this nation's loyal citizens. They fully expected Lovecraft would never take action against them. That he would remain timid and stay in place. Did they know that how they hated him? Maybe, but Lovecraft was of no concern to them. He would never challenge their power. This is what they thought, and they were wrong. Despite Lovecraft's agoraphobia, paranoia, and fear, being in practical charge of a large state has changed him. He was no puppet, and the time to fully get rid of the elites was here. The big businessmen who have ruined New England for so long would do so no longer. The purge began at 11 a.m. when loyal divisions of the Providence Guard fanned into the streets of Boston, dragging so-called enemies of purity from their homes and offices, and from their homes and offices, and some into Delta Green black sites. There, anything awaits them, and none of it can possibly be good. Even though some tried to resist, Lovecraft's grip on the power has become too strong. The populace, the military, and the bureaucracy were all loyal to him and him alone, something that the elites weren't counting on. By the end of the night, names were carefully crossed off the list one by one. Lovecraft's enemies were killed, arrested, or somehow were condemned to a fate even worse. For Providence, for New England. One key part of Lovecraft's more national syndicalist economic policy That's awesome. Literally national syndicalism. Oh, did they give me some tanks? Oh, cool. Canadian supply for West Point. Sure. Sounds good to me. Let's see, where's Providence Guard? Okay, let's see here. We're going to do 3 motorized infantry, 1 motorized artillery, and 2 light tanks, I guess. Or maybe 2 more motorized infantry and then 2 light tanks. Yeah. That should be good, I think. Logistics and motorized recon. Lovecraft is Nazgul, gets Serp in here. Yeah, I guess he is in this. I mean, exactly. I actually have a pretty decent. Well, not a. Actually, I don't have a big army. I have like an okay sized army relative to my size, but. JFK. That's cool. I can make JFK a military commander. I'm going to do that. Nothing bad could possibly happen. Okay, let's see here. Project Dunwich Horror. I'm just going to... I don't really feel like reading it. I'm sorry. Wow, I don't have any. I guess New England doesn't really have any natural resources now that I think about it. Hmm. Oh, New York does. Okay, so I'll build some stuff there and in Vermont. And that should help out my resource shortages a little. Let me see, what do I have this set to? Oh, I have it set to free trade. Okay, that explains it. Let me change that to Product Shadow over Innsmouth. No, that didn't seem to help much. Let's try... Oh, okay. Switch it to limited exports. Wait a minute, who am I at war with? What? I'm at war with the American state now. Okay. I'm gonna go to... I guess just war economy for the moment, maybe. I don't need to go to total mobilization just yet. Wow. Okay, so it looks like the... Oh boy, this is going to be a massive shit show. Uh, hmm. I'm gonna have to probably use some cheats here. I'm kind of fucked. Uh, Because as soon as I get declared war upon by the CSA, they're gonna come across the border like a ton of bricks and just annihilate everything in their path. Because I'm at such a massive numerical disadvantage. Let's see. I'm just gonna add a couple brigades on and reconnaissance. Support. Okay. Okay, let's see here. So, I don't have a lot of infantry. They do have artillery, so they should be of much better quality on average than what the other have. Let's see here. I don't think JFK can become the leader of New England. Okay. Why don't you play Halo with Sir? I don't know. I'll get to it. I have a lot of shit to do, okay? Being unemployed is very time consuming, alright? Um, I don't know. But yeah, it looks like Canada's getting its ass kicked and is probably going to be. I don't know what's going to happen if Canada capitulates. Like, I don't know why they thought entering this war was a good idea, but. I guess they have 55 divisions. That's not horrible. I don't know how many the CSA has, that's the problem. I should really join this war soon. Before, well, I can still grab some of the Northeast. Yeah, I'm gonna jump in. Okay, let's see here. So we're gonna go logistics company. Newer equipment. Okay. What do they have? What am I up against? Oh, right, because they only have, I think, militia mostly. I think these are all like militia brigades, so it kind of makes sense that my guys would be doing so well. Looks like I'll be able to take New York City. Okay. Let's see, there was an earthquake. Oh, well, it's not important really at the moment. Oh, wait a minute, because of the way the fucking the shitty mechanics work in this game, because I'm a puppet of Canada and I don't technically have claims to the United States. That means all the territory that I conquer, uh, gets given to Canada. Okay, I'm gonna have to cheat to get through this. Okay, so auto complete. Oh no, focus dot auto complete. Master of the Seas. That's fine. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna fall back until I finish the focus that lets me become independent, because I don't want to fucking do this. So I don't want to have to like deal with the logistics of having to take all this territory for Canada and then having to come back and I don't know, whatever. Just stop attacking everybody. No, I told you guys to withdraw. It's really annoying like how bad in this game the like the ability of the AI to follow basic orders is. It just gets kind of frustrating sometimes. Like you can clearly see I told these guys to go back to here, but they insist on moving forward. I just don't want to have to like manually set the whole thing. It's just a waste of time and a pain to do. But let's see here. Okay, set fallback line. I just want to set a line. I don't get why there's no option. Just like there should just be a thing. Set the fucking line. And why the fuck are those guys over there in Detroit? That's ugh, whatever. Sorry if I'm raging. I just the fucking like basic AI in this game irritates me sometimes. No, I don't have player-led peace conferences. I don't. There's so many fucking mods you have to install to get this game to work. I just I can't keep track of them all sometimes. Okay, I think this is what you're maybe supposed to do. Okay, hopefully this works. Okay, there we go. Okay, I had to disengage the front line first. Okay, here we go. I don't get why limited war they removed limited war, which they had in at least I think one of the previous games. Let's see here. Embrace the darkness. Let's see here. Okay. So am I independent now? Yes, I am. I'm an independent nation in the Entente. How do I get claims over the rest of America? Um, White Anglo-Saxon Protestant supremacy. New English heritage. The King in Yellow. A Nation of Madness. Okay, I'll push once Canada loses the territory. Just I don't want to take land for them. If I'm going to be losing all the soldiers as part of the American Civil War, I at least want it to be for the benefit of Providence. I think that just gives me the annex one. It doesn't give me claims. Okay, well, this is probably as good as it's going to get. So, okay, boys, get into position. Oops, fuck. I don't get why it keeps sending, like, random troops across the map. Okay. Get there. Who is that? Nationalist France? Yeah, I better get a move on then if I want to get in before. How do I get rid of the fallback line? I want to get rid of the fallback line. Okay, there we go. Okay. Watching me try to use like the battle planner interface in this game is like watching DSP try to show them our lights, prepare for confrontation. Let me see. So what's happening? So Canada looks like it's losing on the Western Front. They seem to be doing moderately well there. I mean, the CSA probably is going to collapse relatively. Oh no, it's not that close to collapse. Okay, so let's look at what the relative strengths are. So the Entente collectively has 200 divisions. The CSA has about 150. The AUS has about, I don't know, like 130 or something. Yeah, this war seems pretty evenly matched so far. So, I feel like the AI doesn't need I feel like the AI doesn't use equipment or doesn't need it nearly as much as the player does to form divisions. Then again, maybe their divisions are just a lot smaller. Yeah, okay, my divisions are way too big. Okay, let me just reduce the size of these. There we go. How's my search for a new job going? It kind of isn't really going at the moment. Although I do have a really good lead that I'm going to be pursuing. Or rather, I did pursue, but it's going to be until the weekend, probably. Until Monday when I actually hear the results of it. Let's see here. Pointing the poet laureate for New England, H.P. Lovecraft, of course. That reminds me, movie theaters are open again in at least parts of Ontario. So I might go and see a movie in the next couple days. I don't really care. I'm not particularly worried about getting COVID anymore. So I've never really seen the Entente is also just kind of superfluous because it basically does something similar to the Reichspakt. I don't know if there's really even a point of having them both. I guess there is kind of a point of having them both in the game, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen them go to war with each other. I don't even know if it's possible for them to go to war with each other. It's too bad The Witcher turned out the way it was. I think Henry Cavill was like really good as Geralt. Um, I thought he looked like he would look good and he acted good, but I don't know. Have I gone turncoat on the COVID quest? I don't know about turncoat. I don't know. It's just the whole thing gets kind of tiresome sometimes. Well, there's just so much gaslighting on it. Like the I think a good way to describe this is during this crisis the government lied a lot when it didn't need to, and that kind of makes it very difficult to like tell what the hell's even going on at any particular time. No, The Witcher's shit. Like, I'm just saying I feel bad for Henry Cavill because I think he did a really good job. And I kind of feel like if it had have been like a better cast, then I mean better writers, then he'd still be like who I'd pick to play the character. So, anyways. Anyway, so maybe I'll do a follow up stream. Sorry, my voice is getting really tired, and I don't think I can really do this any longer.